You badge through a turnstile in Langley before dawn, coffee burning your hand. Fluorescent light, quiet keyboards, a sealed envelope with your name and a rule. Need to know. Every step upward buys access and a new kind of silence. This is your life, level by level, inside the CIA. Trainee analyst, where curiosity meets scrutiny. The SCIF door seals behind you with a soft click and a red light. No phone, no smartwatch. You slide into a cubicle under humming vents, log into classified systems, and start where everyone starts. Names, dates, coordinates. You live inside databases, cable traffic, and grainy satellite passes with timestamps down to the second. You learn to measure a shadow to guess a missile's height, to read a shipping manifest and smell a lie. A trainer walks past and asks for your sourcing line, not your opinion. You tell yourself the answer is in the data. You tell yourself you can stay objective. You tell yourself you won't be the person who misses the one sentence that matters. The burden is precision under isolation. Every draft goes through edits with red ink confidence levels, caveats, what you can't prove. You brief a senior analyst in 10 minutes, then get sent back to your desk to justify a single verb. Small mistakes don't feel small when they travel upward. You don't touch the world yet. You only touch its shadows, and they start touching back. Operations officer, the line between vigilance and vulnerability. You leave analysis behind for training that smells like sweat and copier toner. Cover stories, dead drops, surveillance detection routes that start with 3 right turns and end with you checking reflections in a shop window. You learn to write a contact report the same night, while details still sting license plates, watch brands, exact phrasing. At the embassy you are something else, with a job title that fits on a business card. In a foreign capital, the air tastes different. You meet sources in hotel lobbies with loud fountains, in cafes near metro entrances, in parks where strollers roll past like metronomes. You keep an alias, a second phone, and an emergency number memorized instead of saved. You tell yourself the cover is just paperwork. You tell yourself the lies are contained. You tell yourself you can separate the person you are from the person you perform. The power is access recruitment, handling, running an operation. The cost is constant exposure. One tail, one compromised passport scan, one wrong greeting at a reception. You don't live a double life. You live a life with no safe side. Chief of Station. Authority blurs with accountability. Your name is on the secure cable traffic now, not just the comments. The station has rhythms. Morning updates, liaison meetings, crisis calls that erase lunch. You sit in a small office inside the embassy compound, the kind with thick walls and a safe that never looks empty. Case officers drift in with folders and questions that aren't really questions. You manage the whole portfolio: collection priorities, agent security, operational tempo. You negotiate with a local service chief in a windowless room and measure every smile like it's a signal. You sign off on payments, on meets, on whether a source gets exfil or gets told to wait. You count vehicles, safe houses, and the number of days a surveillance team has been on your people. You tell yourself the liaison is an ally. You tell yourself compartmentation is protection. You tell yourself you can spot betrayal before it reaches your door. The burden is that every operation has a face, and those faces report upward through you. When something goes wrong, the cable begins with your station slug. You become the umbrella in a storm, and the storm always finds the ribs. You've learned to read secrets, then to steal them, then to command the people who do. The next step isn't fieldwork anymore. It's deciding which risks become policy and which disasters become paperwork. Level 4 Division Director, Directorate. You turn operations into strategy and people into line items. The first thing you notice is how quiet the building feels when you stop traveling. No hotel keys, no meet sites, just carpeted corridors, sealed conference rooms, and a calendar that eats weeks at a time. Your day is staff meetings, budget drills, and secure video calls with stations you haven't seen in years. You review targeting packages, approve surge teams, and argue over collection priorities with analysts who bring slides and confidence intervals. On your desk, a folder of promotions, a folder of reprimands, and a folder marked sensitive compartments that never leaves your sight. You tell yourself the bigger picture matters. You tell yourself distance makes you safer. You tell yourself numbers can capture risk. The power is leverage. You can shift resources from one country to another with a signed memo. You can greenlight a technical platform, deny an exfil request, or demand a liaison relationship be frozen after one bad detention report. The cost is abstraction. An operation becomes impact. A source becomes asset, and consequences arrive as cables you read between briefings. You don't run the street anymore, you run the weather, and you still get blamed for rain. Level 5 Deputy Director, DD, CIA. You are the agency's engine room coordination, crisis, and consequence. Your badge gets you past doors that don't have signs. The mornings start with the President's daily brief pipeline, then a secure call with the Counterterrorism Center, then a meeting where lawyers sit beside operators and nobody speaks casually. You live in approvals, authorities, findings, oversight. You chair interdirectorate fights that sound polite and feel like knives. Who owns a target? Who owns a failure? Who has to explain it to congressional staffers in a windowless room on the Hill? Your phone rings during dinners you don't taste. Your assistants track you like air traffic control. You tell yourself the mission requires speed. You tell yourself process is protection. You tell yourself you can hold the line between urgency and recklessness. The power is tempo. You can accelerate a global manhunt, retask drones and satellites, move personnel under diplomatic cover, and redirect millions in hours. The burden is that every signature creates a paper trail built for future scrutiny and future blame. You don't carry secrets now. You carry momentum, and momentum doesn't stop when people break. Level 6 Director of the CIA, CIA. You are the face of intelligence and the last stop for decisions. The car drops you at an entrance most employees never use. Inside, portraits watch you walk. Handshakes wait. So do the briefers, already standing by a map wall with pins that represent lives you will never meet. Your day becomes a chain of audiences. The White House, the Situation Room, visiting Foreign Service chiefs, the DNI's office, the chairs and ranking members who want candor and will punish it. You speak in calibrated sentences, no slang, no improvisation, because every word can become a headline, a subpoena exhibit, or a signal to an adversary scanning transcripts. You tell yourself the agency needs a shield. You tell yourself visibility buys influence. You tell yourself you can keep operations discreet while standing under lights. The power is reach. You set priorities, defend budgets, fire senior leaders, and decide what stays compartmented when pressure demands disclosure. The cost is loneliness at altitude. You can't vent, can't guess, can't be wrong in public without making the whole machine look uncertain. At the top, you don't outrun the storm, you give it a name, then watch it move anyway. There's a strange arithmetic to the ladder. Each promotion narrows the room and widens the consequences. You trade adrenaline for agendas, faces for folders, certainty for estimates signed in ink. The building stays the same: badges, locks, quiet halls, but your shadow grows longer across other people's days. The silence you bought becomes the thing you answer to.